Welcome back to the Thrifty Food Plan channel, friends. If you're new here, I am Jay, and I am the creator slash facilitator of this little YouTube community. I am on a journey to sort of shift how I am shopping for groceries from weekly grocery shopping to shopping every 10 days. And, I am learning as I go along. I think I had some hits and misses this go round, which we'll talk about as we go through the video. And the very first thing I will do before I even think about going to the grocery store is I will take a look at what is in my fridge, freezer, and pantry. Let's get to it. Okay, let's talk about what I have in the fridge, freezer, and pantry. All right, so I've got a couple slices of lemon left for water. This is dog food, which the co-parent sent along while I am pet sitting, so good for that. Nutritional yeast, some chopped walnuts, flax, and chickpea flour way in the back. Still have all of that. I have about 4 carrots and half of an onion. Nada. All right. In the freezer, still have some frozen bananas, still have a little bit of chopped spinach, and I have some frozen fruit still. I've got 1 English muffin and 1 Boca burger. It's like a vegan burger. I've got some corn left. I've got some odds and ends of veg that I can make broth with if I need to. I've got some mukimame down there, that's shelled soybean. I have some broth, which I actually want to take out because I'm going to use that. Then I've got some coconut milk that's frozen. This is some lentil, like lentil red sauce that I had left over. I've still got plenty of coffee. That's my big bag of coffee that I bought last time. And down here, that is lentil curry. So I've got some leftovers that I also can use. All right. Then in my cooking pantry, I have plenty of oats, cinnamon, raisins. I've got more oats in here, so I'm going to be fine for breakfast oats. I've got some millet left, some of that cheese sauce left, vegan cheese sauce, expensive, but I have it. I've got popcorn that I can air pop for snack. I've got 1 can of navy beans. I've got a half a pound of rice left. I am using this to help feed the dog because I'm running low on kibble. So I'm using the rice to bulk up the kibble for the dog. I've got 1 pound of pinto beans left. Down here is mostly baking stuff plus my oats. And then all this down here is college phenom stuff for when she's home from college. She eats meats and more junk food than I do. And then in terms of produce I have left, I have some scraps of green onions left. I've got 2 clementines left, and I'm thinking 4 potatoes left. So that's everything I have in the pantry, fridge, and freezer. Okay, so I am someone who normally shops in the morning, and the day that I was doing my grocery haul, something else was true. If you watched my video about why I eat and shop this way, I'm currently working as a consultant. And on the day that I was planning to do my grocery haul, after I did fridge, freezer, and pantry, one of the ways I was going to spend the rest of that day was working with one of my clients to facilitate a retreat. And if you've been to work retreats, there's often food at those retreats because you kind of want to thank people for showing up for a retreat, so you feed them. And so instead of grocery shopping in the morning, which is what I normally do, I'll grocery shop, meal prep, and then go about my day. I decided in this instance that I was going to wait to do any grocery shopping until after the retreat, on the off chance that there was food left over that I could bring home with me. So I just want to take this moment to say that, like, if you have an opportunity to access free food, whether that's from a work event, from an event at a house of worship, from a community meeting, if you do a food bank haul, I mean, there is no shame in accepting the blessing, the bounty of free food. So let's take a look at what is now in my fridge, freezer, and pantry, because I was gifted some food from this work event, from this retreat I was facilitating. And it is a gift and a bounty to me, and I'm very grateful for it. So let's take a look. So this is all the food that my client let me bring home from the retreat because it didn't get eaten. So lots of fruit, so much fruit, bananas, clementines, apples, just a bounty of fruit. And then sweet treats. Now I usually eat a piece of chocolate every day. That is like one of my exceptions to whole food plant-based. And look at all this. And there's even more peppermint patties. So it's basically like Rice Krispie treats and peppermint patties. And then there's one Almond Joy back there. So for the next couple of weeks, probably weeks, I'm certainly not going to need to buy any sweet treats. I'm happy to eat a Rice Krispie treat instead of a piece of chocolate, even though, you know, a piece of chocolate might have more nutritional, dark chocolate might have more nutritional value, but I just like to have a sweet treat every day. So I'm gonna have plenty of sweet treats. And then I'm also going to have plenty of fruit. This certainly will last me 10 days, if not longer. So I am really, really blessed by this leftover food. Okay, so once I take a catalog of everything that I have, which now includes fridge, freezer, and pantry, and all the stuff that I got from the retreat, I kind of chart out a basic meal plan and then figure out where it's going to be cheapest for me to shop. And for me, that's either my Kroger equivalent or the Walmart or some combination thereof. I want to say before we look at the haul, I did spend more money than I needed to because I am not going to use everything that I already have on hand. Not going to use everything. Could have constructed a meal plan where I used up everything that I have in the fridge, freezer, and pantry. But I didn't. And the upside of that is that I'm going to have a little more diversity in the meal plan, which we will look at in a minute. So let's get to the haul. Okay, I have a mini haul of things that were cheaper at my Kroger. So sweet onions were on sale, so I picked one of those up at my Kroger equivalent. I had a coupon for 40% off 2 lemons, so this made these 2 lemons 60 cents total. The dill relish, cheaper at the Kroger than the Walmart. Whole wheat English muffins, they don't carry a discount brand or the Great Value brand. They don't make them at the Walmart, so picked up the Kroger. Grains, fruits and veg. Miscellaneous item, I am craving something specific you'll see in the meal plan, so I picked up some plant-based mayo spread. Miscellaneous category, total junk food. And then in personal care, I am a brand loyalist to this particular face scrub. I had a $2 off coupon that I could use at the Kroger, and that was cheaper than I could get it at Amazon. And also they don't carry it at the Walmart. So this is my little tiny Kroger haul. Okay, friends, I am back from my second grocery haul, and let's look at what we got. I got a pound of carrots, 1 yellow squash. Oh, look at that, y'all. Purple onion that's completely gross, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and chop that up. Damn it, darn it, I didn't catch that. I got 1 English cucumber. These are only 98 cents at the Walmart. They're $1.50 at my Kroger equivalent, so that's a bargain. Got another bag of broccoli cuts, They were completely out of heads of romaine, so I had to buy the 3-pack, which is so much more expensive. $2.98 for 3 peppers. I also picked up some salsa. And I picked up 2 pounds of black beans in protein and 2 cans of chickpeas. In dairy, I picked up some soy milk. They don't sell unsweetened soy at my Walmart, so I got what I got. And then I bought some plant-based cheese, ran out last time. And then in grains, I picked up, this is like a treat item for real, but I picked up a loaf of whole wheat French bread, another pound of white rice, and some corn tortillas. So I think y'all can probably start figuring out something that's in my future on my meal plan. But this is what I picked up at the Walmart. Okay, before we talk about what the budgetary damage was across these 2 hauls, first, we need to establish what the budget was. I will link above and below sort of the budgetary video for the month of April. When I was creating my food budget for May 2023, the most recent USDA Thrifty food plan, which is what I use for budgeting, was from March 23. And when I did all the math and all those sorts of things, what it showed was my weekly food allowance was $62.04, but I am now shopping every 10 days, not every week. So calculating that to per day, I was allowed to spend $88.62 for this 10-day haul. Okay, so maximum allowable food spend for this 10-day period, $88.62. What I spent at the King Super, which is my Kroger equivalent, was $16.35. And at the Walmart, I spent $28.33. So I've got to calculate what of this was actually food, because the USDA Thrifty food plan does not include personal and household items. It just includes food. So I'm going to add Kroger and Walmart. I'm going to subtract out the $6.99 that I paid for my face scrub. That's a personal household care item, minus tax, because I can't eat tax. And so what that means is I spent $36.90 on food to feed me for the next 10 days, which is not too bad. That's about $3.70 a day for 3 meals a day plus snacks, because I eat snacks. I eat snacks, people. I eat a lot of snacks. Okay. What all this means is that I came in under budget by $51.70. Woot woot! Super exciting. The other thing I love about the USDA Thrifty Food Plan is that it doesn't just provide budgetary guidance, it also provides nutritional guidance. And it tells us like what percentage of our total dollars we should be spending in each nutritional category. And this is important because when you're shopping in a very frugal, thrifty way, you're also at risk of not getting your nutritional needs met. So I appreciate this guidance from the USDA. And when I put everything in, my costs certainly are outsized in some areas this week or this 10-day period. I am mostly, not always, but mostly a whole food plant-based vegan. And so, my costs always look a little different than the recommendations because my proteins, beans and tofu and that kind of thing, way cheaper than beef and chicken, yada, yada. All right, but if we look at what I bought, I spent more than 40% of all of my dollars on veg, which is not super surprising because, again, whole food, plant-based, vegan, I eat a lot of vegetables. I spent very little on fruit, but that is because I got so much fruit gifted to me from that retreat. I did buy some grains this go round, those English muffins, rice, corn tortillas, and that special loaf of whole wheat bread, a real treat for me. So about 17% on grains. I spent about 11.5% on protein. I got those 2 cans of chickpeas, and then I bought 2 pounds of black beans, not all of which I am going to eat in the next 10 days. So that's a little bit of a stockpile. In dairy, I bought soy milk and that plant-based cheese. So I overspent a little bit in dairy. That is largely because of the plant cheese, but that bag of plant cheese is also like a stockpile item. It will last me weeks, if not months. So yay. And then in miscellaneous, the one item I bought was that plant-based mayonnaise. And it's really because I am craving something very specific. That is total junk food. I would note that you can make vegan mayonnaise with tofu. I opted not to do that and just go for convenience here. So plant mayo miscellaneous category, I spent about 11% of all of my dollars on that plant-based mayonnaise. So here is the meal plan. So for breakfast, I will have oats with raisins or apples because I got gifted so many apples from that retreat with cinnamon. Also can have smoothies because I've got some frozen spinach, some frozen fruit. I've got frozen bananas already, plus I have a bounty of bananas that I can freeze from the retreat. I've got plenty of coffee, and I will have that with the splash of soy milk in the morning. For snacks, clearly we'll have mandarins and apples and bananas, got plenty of fruit. I will make some homemade lemon hummus, recipe I'll link above and below. Serve that up with some carrot sticks. And then I will have air popped popcorn after my lemon hummus runs out. So plenty to snack on. For lunches, I'm going to eat big salads with pinto beans that were already in the cabinet. I'm going to soak those, and then I will have salads with pinto beans every day until that romaine runs out. I'm estimating the romaine will last about 7 days of big salads, after which I'm going to eat what I am craving, which is chickpea salad, which is like a tuna salad or a chicken salad, but for vegans. That's what I bought the plant-based mayo for. It's also why I bought some additional dill relish. You'll see this in a later meal prep video. I am craving this chickpea salad, not sure what's going on with that. And, you know, if I have bread left over from that loaf of whole wheat bread, I can eat it on that, or I can use some of the English muffins that I bought. So super excited. Clearly, I've got more sweet treats than I know what to do with coming out of that retreat. And then for dinner, I'm going to have a little bit more variety in the meal plan this go round across the next 10 days. So the first thing I'm going to make is like a summer lemon rice soup, and I'm going to have that with some of that whole wheat French bread on the side. Will be delicious. I'm guessing I'll have enough for 3 dinners with that. And then, as you probably surmised, I'm going to have some black bean tacos or nachos for 4 nights. I've been craving Mexican food, not sure what that's about, but I'm gonna make it. And then finally, I'm going to make a potato and broccoli bake with the potatoes that I have left in the pantry, with that cheese sauce I have in the pantry, and with the broccoli cuts that I bought. And that should be enough to feed me for the final 3 nights. So I've got a lot of diversity, more diversity this time in my meal plan, even if I am not using up everything I already had. I'm excited for this, and you will see in the coming days and over the next week or so that you'll see in meal prep kind of how I'm making all of this happen. So be on the lookout for those videos. So I do want to talk about the household and personal item budget before we close out the video today. So I will link above and below sort of how I budget for household and personal costs. This is based on data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics in the United States. It's about $12.95 a week, which means I can spend $51.80 every month, or in a month that has 4 weeks, I can spend $51.80 on personal and household items. Now, I went way over on my last 10-day haul, which I will link above and below. I spent almost half of my monthly allowance for personal and household in my last haul. In this haul, I spent $7.78, which means so far for the month of May, I have spent $30.74, which means for personal and household care items, I have $21.06 left for the remainder of the month. And I do need to keep an eye on this to make sure that I don't go over my household and personal item budget. So just wanted to touch base on how this is going, given the fact that I overspent by a lot in my last 10-day haul. Okay, friends, this is everything related to my most recent 10-day haul, and the meal plan, the nutritional check-in, the budget, and sort of my take on being open to accepting free food when you have that opportunity. I'd love to get all of your ideas and feedback in the comments below. In particular, I'm interested in how you all think about moments when folks or organizations might gift food to you. Is it something that you feel shameful about? Is it something that you feel weird about? Like how do you navigate it? Like, it was a little embarrassing to ask my client if I could take the food, but they were like, of course, please take it. Like, it wasn't a big deal at all. And they were happy to have somebody take the food, because I think it probably would have just, gotten thrown out or sat in their staff kitchen for a while. But they were happy for me to do it. I just had to ask. And so I don't know. I'd love to get y'all's thoughts about, whether food gifts come from workplace or houses of worship or family or food banks. Like, how do you navigate those moments, and what kind of emotions do you have to work through before we can get to kind of a place of absolute gratitude, which is where I'm ending up. I'm so excited to have all that fruit. I can't even tell you. All right, so be on the lookout in the next couple of days for my meal prep and recipe videos as we work through this 10-day haul. Please do subscribe, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all the things you can to help our little community. Thanks so much for visiting, and I'll see you in the next couple of days.